This is my new to me Golf Mk4. What's special about this car is what's under the hood. It's a 5-cylinder naturally aspirated engine which produces 150 brake horsepower, and it sounds like this. It has 353,000 kilometers and it has had a tough life. I got this car very cheap. Some of the previous owners have put a bad LPG installs on this car. The LPG system is so bad that it makes the car misfire badly. And the reason this car was so cheap is because there is potentially an issue with the flywheel. Now, I got this car very cheap in my country. It was probably the cheapest V5 Golf in my country. However, this car is very rare, whatever the case may be. So it was the cheapest, but there is also not a lot of them. And it sits between the GTI model and the R32. It's a very unique car and Volkswagen didn't make a lot of them. Now, you're wondering how much I paid for this car? I paid 1,000 euros for this car, which is around 1,200 US dollars, which is cheap for the type of car and the type of Golf. In my country, many of the Golfs are 1.9 TDI engines or 1.4 petrol engines. So this is a really special car to be available in my country. Now, as you can tell, there are a lot of reasons why this car was the cheapest in my country. Exterior wise, the condition is so bad, it needs a full respray. There are random dents, the paint is peeling in some areas, rust is starting to form on the bonnet, the lacquer is peeling. So there are a lot of issues externally with this car, but it also has a bad LPG aftermarket install, which, as I said before, makes the car run very badly. So there's potentially issues with the engine that the LPG system probably caused, and also there's a potential issue with the flywheel. And to change the flywheel, it's basically a gearbox out job. So for someone like me, that will be a huge project to take on. Because as you know, if you watch my previous videos, I'm not a fucking mechanic. I never wanted to become a Volkswagen or a Golf YouTube channel. Believe it or not, I don't like just Golfs. I like other cars as well. But a Mark IV Golf has always been the most favorite Golf and the one I never had. So Mark IV Golfs have always been the favorite to me. And because this is a 5-cylinder, this is the exact specification of a Golf Mark IV I would have, because the engine and the exhaust in this car sound incredible. In my opinion, and I know many of you will freak out about this, but in my opinion, it sounds better than the 1.8 turbo engines that they put in the GTIs. So this is my exact specification of a Golf Mark IV I would have. With that being said, this project only makes sense if the engine and gearbox are okay in this car. And because the car is currently misfiring and it has a flywheel issue, potentially, I don't know, it makes it a huge gamble. If the engine and the gearbox are okay with this car, I want to restore this car to its former glory. So I'm going to get it resprayed, potentially in a new color. I'm going to get new rims for it. I will fix the whole interior. I will put a full R32 body kit on it. I will put a good exhaust on it. I would remove the LPG system in this car as soon as possible, as fast as possible, and I'll primarily run it on petrol. So there's a lot of work on this car, but for the next videos we will be troubleshooting the engine and the gearbox. If the engine turns out to be okay, we'll just do a regular baseline service first, then we'll put the car on a computer, basically check all the trouble codes it has and see if there's potentially an issue with the engine. If the engine is all right, we'll move to fixing the flywheel on this car, which is going to be a huge project for me, as I said, because I'm a beginner at this. I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing, but I will be taking out the gearbox from this car and fitting in a new flywheel and the clutch. So this car, I want to make it special and use as my winter daily. Now, as I said, this car does have a lot of issues, not just with the engine and the gearbox, but also the interior and the exterior. However, this is actually not a fault. What I'm doing now, this is a security feature in this car. So if you know about Golf Mk4s, you know that many of them, what the fuck? Many of them don't have working, whatever the fuck. It doesn't work. Basically, the previous owner has put a screw in it. So you basically have to remove the screw to get into the glove box. On top of that, the boot handle doesn't work. And the exact words of the seller which I bought this car from were, it works sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't. Till now, I have tried to open it maybe 1,300 times and it hasn't worked once. So I don't know how many times the previous owner tried this handle and it worked for him, but this boot doesn't open. The way you open the boot is from the inside. So this is also another security feature of this car. You basically have to fold down the rear seats, which then gives you access to the boot. So yeah, that's great. Another security feature of this car. I think I'm being very unfair to this car because I drove this car on the way back from where I went to get it, which was around 150 kilometers, and it drove amazingly. There was nothing wrong with it. It drives really straight. The suspension is well sorted out. There aren't any bad sounds coming from the suspension, and to be fair to the engine, it sounds healthy. It's only when it's idling that it misfires a bit and it sounds unhealthy. That is the biggest reason why I wanted to do a baseline service, which will include spark plugs and potentially leads and coils, because I think this engine is healthy. It just needs a proper service. I think it just needs a baseline to get back to normal, because I feel like the LPG system probably did some damage to the ignition system in this car, because as you might know, LPG runs much hotter, which in turn puts a lot of strain on the ignition system in the car. But apart from that, listen to it. It pulls well. 5 cylinders, man. Such a cool engine. I love 5-cylinder engines. It makes a baby V10 sound. It's such a unique engine note. It's probably the most underrated engine configuration ever. It does its job well. I have no complaints, apart from one thing, which is the non-working air conditioning. There is no AC in this car, so I have to open a window. So yeah, expect a lot more videos from this car, and don't worry, to all of my viewers that follow me, I'm still going to take care of the white Golf Mk4. We're still restoring it. I'm just having trouble finding good body shops in my country, because that's a big issue here in Macedonia. You cannot find good body shops that would finish the job. A lot of the body shops have like 20-30 cars they are currently working on, so there's a huge waiting list to get your car fixed. And also a lot of time once they do start working on the car. But I'm trying to find some body shop that will fix it in a very fast time. So stay tuned for more videos on the white Golf Mk4 I have, and also on this one. For the next video, we will be troubleshooting the misfiring on this car. We'll do a baseline service and we'll put the car on a computer, so we check the health of the engine and the gearbox. So that's it. Peace out, everyone.